Alpha has asked, it is really happy to know our council has not been bankrupt during the huge budget cutting mindset from the central government. Are you able to share the total budget?
So we have different sorts of budgets, and I've only got a few minutes. So Alpha, if you want to contact me, I'd love to give you a whistle-stop tour around council finances. We have revenue budgets, we have capital budgets, we have school budgets, we have housing budgets. If we just stick to the one that I'm sure you're most interested in, which is providing the services, which is our revenue budget, I'm just going to check my numbers. So the funding that local government receives in real terms from central government has been reduced by 60% since 2011, which doesn't mean that my budget is now reduced by 60%, because sadly we've had to increase council tax, but we've also been able to apply for grants and loans. But the fact remains is that since 2015, our budget in real terms is 26% lower than it was, and that's in a world where we have more people living in the borough and more people needing help with more complex issues. So our budgets are getting squeezed year on year. We're trying to keep our increase in council tax as low as we can. We're not actually keeping up with inflation. And if you look at the number of people working for Sutton Council, when I first started some time ago, we employed 5,000 people. We now employ 1,200 people. That's not quite as stark as it sounds, because we've outsourced the people who pick up the rubbish, we've outsourced the maintenance in our parks. But we've still got far, far fewer people working for Sutton Council now than we used to. And because we have to provide a balanced budget, we've gone out to voluntary redundancy, and we'll have 50 less people next year working for the council than we had this year, still providing those 800 services to more and more people living in the borough who have far greater needs. And what I would say, and I really want to make this point strongly, I know there's a lot of talk in the media about councils going bankrupt. I'm very proud of the fact that in this borough, with very, very careful management of our finances, we're skint, but we're not bankrupt. And I think that's really important. We're still able to provide those services that mean so much to people. We are struggling, it is difficult, but we're going to keep going.